Here's to you, dear listeners, and welcome to Metal Gear Mondays, the most thorough Observer hate podcast on the internet. My name is Sam Wright, and I am your host today. And I'm joined this week by Cole Duncan.
Ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
I'm also joined by Chris Hampton.
Rufio!
And I'm also joined by Zach James.
Yo, listen up!
And of course, that is our regular cast, but we have a very special guest today on this here episode of the podcast. And that is one Warren Minix.
What's up, y'all? Hey, Warren.
Scream.
Scream. I was kind of hoping that he was going to have the fucking modulator on when he introduced
Dude, I was going to do it, and I was like, I'm the king of underplaying everything, so I'm just going to ride that fucking train the whole pod.
Yeah, ride the fucking lightning down into the goddamn ground.
Do it.
Ride the lightning, baby.
Hey, baby. If you've been listening to the podcast in recent weeks, you'll know that we watched Blade Runner, and then we played Observer, and we definitely discussed our opinions about Observer.
Sure.
Some more vehemently than others.
What Warren doesn't know is that we're bringing him on just so I can just hate his way for making me go through that experience and have PTSD all over.
And then here come Chris and I knocking it out, those little commercials, not in my house.
Yeah, I mean, I played the whole game in one night, so...
Yeah.
I definitely did not do
that was more so out of necessity and not choice.
It was true, but, Kings, we're in a better place now. We got that solid state hard drive. So, no more corrupted data. 6 months before, might I add, 6 months before the launch of the PS5, my launch PS4 Pro hard drive just completely shits the bed. So let's talk about timed obsolescence for a second.
It was the whole friggin' hard drive, huh?
Yeah. I just had to replace the whole thing. Because, they were still using mechanical hard drives, which,
Yeah. It was the kit and also the caboodle all at once. Mm-hmm. So...
Chris is like plugging 6.5-inch floppies into his PS4.
If it's good enough for the federal government, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, Zach, talk on that for a little bit.
What's that?
If it's good enough for the federal government, is it really good enough for us?
I keep telling you, I'm a shower curtain. No, I'm not even that anymore. I actually ever since we lost the Owens Corning job, I now have to. My new employment is selling shower curtain rings.
Okay.
Can we make a silent shower curtain?
Yeah, I was going there.
Just gotta spill some oil on it.
You spilled your oil on my cotton balls.
I've got these ones. You have to manually fill them with Crisco, but they squirt a little bit out each morning.
Oh, so you get a little Crisco on you in the shower?
No, on your shower curtain rod, dude. They're silent.
Oh, you get it on your rod.
Oh, yeah, Crisco on your rod. Yeah,
you get a little Crisco on your rod in the morning.
No, I like to put Crisco on myself, roll around in some breadcrumbs, preheat to 450, cook for 20 minutes.
The premium models are the ones that put the Crisco on your rod.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, that's been Metal Gear Mondays. Thank you for joining us this week. So Warren is joining us this week. If you listen to the Observer coverage, you'll know that Warren had a very generous weekend about a month or so back, and he provided us with the means to obtain Observer to discuss on the podcast. And we thought, why don't we have Warren on our wrap-up listener response episode and kind of talk to him about, Observer and also him. And so, Warren, the first thing I want to ask about is what is your kind of background? Because I think a lot of the people, most of the people, I don't know many listeners who didn't come to the podcast because of Metal Gear, so you must have a background with Metal Gear.
I do. I'll share a little bit of a funny story then. So when it came to finding you guys, and this was, I think I found you guys, I definitely found you before you rebooted Metal Gear Solid 1. So it's been a few years since I found you guys. Okay. In my creative days, I would say, as far as podcasts go,
Back in my day.
I had anytime I have an idea regarding anything, like not just Metal Gear or whatever it was, just I had an idea where I was like, I need to find if and other people are doing like video game book clubs, basically, like book club style podcast. So literally just typed it in, kept searching, a bunch of months going by, and I'm like, well, not that popular of an idea. I rarely saw anything that would be considered that other than like a one-off until I found Metal Gear Mondays, and it was just, you guys used to call it like Games Club style, at least a few years back, and it just helped that I'm a...
Those were the Alessio times. We don't talk about the Alessio times.
But I will say, I was always a fan of Metal Gear from day one. So that was just like the kind of the Dole Whip on top of the waffle cone there. So when I saw that, I was like,
Dole Whip.
So I gotta give you guys some love. So I started listening, and after listening to, I just started from the beginning, just straight up, Metal Gear 1 and or Metal Gear Solid 1, and I loved it, and it was just fun to get around. Isaac, I love you, you sweet little boy, wherever you are. So
he's around. I think it's his birthday.
Hey, it's my wife's birthday today too. So yeah,
Happy birthday to your wife.
She's having a food nap right now, so that's why I was like 3 to 5 is fucking perfect.
Nice.
But otherwise, it was cool to find you guys, and like I said, in the last few months, I've definitely gotten my Patreon muscles as far as like let me start finding some creators I enjoy and helping you guys out, and then just getting involved more because it's just something I used to rarely do, and probably in the last year or so, I've been much more active as far as any way I can help or any way I can submit a thing or get something going. That's kind of where I fill that void.
Okay. Well, I guess my next question is, who's your least favorite host and why is it?
So here's the thing. I'm one of those. So my background is in management and people management. So I thrive. I thrive on conflict. So Cole's probably my favorite host right now.
Yeah, Warren.
So Cole feeling a certain way, and if my opinion differs, it only makes me being like, let me just peel the layers back of this Cole character, and let's get this this going. What makes him tick?
It's a really shitty onion to peel back. I'm just letting you know right now.
I'm gonna let you in on something, Warren. I think as the podcast goes on, you're gonna live to regret saying that.
Oh no! There's a subreddit based on it already.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's already up there. r/fuck Cole. I mean, like,
it's like that subreddit all about hating Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, except it's about Cole.
This is about me.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
So that fateful weekend, it was like in, I want to say it was like in late February, early March, sure. I think it was. Mm-hmm. We get this ping on our Discord, patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays.
Always be plugging.
AVP, always be plugging, baby. What up? Just out of nowhere, it's like, hey, I heard you guys were thinking about playing Observer. Here's a PSN gift card that's good for a month of PlayStation Plus, and then the PlayStation Plus's discounted price on Observer. And you sent that to all 4 of us, and you're just like, hey, I'd love to see you play Observer. In the Discord, you've kind of mentioned that you like the idea of kind of promoting these indie games and getting more people to play them. What specifically about Observer made you think I really have to like get these guys to play this game? Like, what prompted you to send those gift cards?
So there's a couple things. So a few years back, I used to do a video game podcast. We don't have to plug it because it's old. But it was about it's fine. You can't even find it anymore. I got rid of all that stuff. Creative differences. Okay. So long story short, we used to do on the video game podcast, we would actually do like long stretches of horror games. We used to have a name for it, and I'll keep that to myself. But it used to basically be like Nightmare Before Christmas style. So it would be October all the way through Christmas time. We would play horror games the whole time and try to find themed ones and things like that.
Oh.
And
interesting.
Okay. Yeah, so when it came out, I probably started playing it October of 2017. So it's been almost 3 years since I've played the game, like in my own little special place. And
the sunken place.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say is, so I always was a fan. I liked it just because I love games that are atmospheric. Plot is important, but I love presentation. That's a way to get me if you're an indie game. And basically, after Layers of Fear, when they did Layers of Fear, I started following Bloober Team. I was a big fan of them as developers. And they just did the Blair Witch game that came out, I guess, last summer.
Oh, was
yeah,
that
that's
them
too? So
Oh,
So
wow,
they
that's
are
exciting.
masters of manipulating the world around you and coming up with an actually story specific reason why it can happen. So that way they can fuck with you throughout the whole game. And
Yeah, Blair Witch. Fuck.
yeah. And when I sent you guys just like a listener in or whatever, and I had mentioned Observer, the thing that made me be like, let me push this, envelope a little further was because half of you were like, yeah, I was kind of interested in that, and I'd like to explore that, or I love Blade Runner, so I got to do this. Cole was the complete opposite of like, fuck that shit. And then, Zach and Chris were kind of, oh yeah, this could be interesting. I don't know. So there was no like consensus. So I was like, well, obviously, if there's some sort of difficulty there, like, what fucking better reason to be like, well, now you got to do it. There's a deadline now. I don't care when it is, but now there's guilt, gentlemen.
It's gotta happen.
so, and I think it's a good
the
game.
hell out of that approach.
Yeah, I think it's a good game that does ask for a discussion, and it's not something that's, if I sent you guys like Persona 5, like fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not asking you guys to rock a 100-hour RPG. It's more that it's a short, sweet brain fuck. You know what I mean? And it's worth having a conversation about.
Brain fuck it
Yeah.
is, for sure.
That's what I like about it. I've never had a conversation where
And it didn't even call me the next day.
Yeah. Couldn't even cook me breakfast. Cole, the whole mission statement of the podcast now has become to find ways to tie every horror game to Metal Gear so that we can force Cole to play it.
Yeah, I don't like that. Just throwing that out there.
Cole.
So don't do that.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you like. The Rock says.
Cole, I can get you on baby steps, because I'm telling you right now, horror, it's not my favorite genre. Like, it's not exclusively what I play, but when a horror game knows how to do one thing right for like 3 or 4 hours, like, it's like watching your favorite movie and you didn't know you liked it. Like, it's just super fun, and it's really hard to any other genre to do that other than horror.
Well, Cole just sent out the alert that he's going to be live streaming Outlast in a couple weeks.
I sure didn't. I
On
really
June
didn't.
3rd,
You can
actually.
look, you won't find it.
Yeah, let's just date this too. June 3rd, Cole Duncan. Let's go.
Yeah.
Follow him on Twitch.
Hachi-machi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this, get really like big on Twitch, and then I'm just gonna ruin all of you somehow. I don't know how, but
We're
I will.
only here to build you up, Cole. You can't do that to us. Hatred
Yeah.
does not knock me down.
I will say this about Observer. I will say this about Observer and horror games. I famously despise horror games and everything that they are. I don't like being scared. I don't like scary movies. I don't fuck with haunted houses during Halloween. Halloween's my least favorite holiday. Like I
I fucking love
I
best time of
despise
year, man. It's the best
despise
time of
it.
year.
I despise everything about it. I know. Please come after me, Twitter. But
At him.
Look at all
but
these bats. Freaking love Halloween.
Observer was really awesome. It was a lot of fun. It was scary as shit, but I really did enjoy, like you were talking about, like the atmosphere. It's a really, really cool atmospheric game.
And that's the biggest piece of it. I mean, that's what makes it so interesting. Is it's one thing to send you a horror game first. That wasn't really the intent. Observer is something that
Sure.
has 3 different genres, let's just say, or 3 different ideals around it. Horror just happens to be one of them. And I fucking hate jump scares and shit. They're fucking stupid, but they're done when they're done well. It's good, and this game does that.
Every jump scare in Observer was earned.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like so often in horror games, you get to this thing where it's like a Disney ride. Like you're sitting on It's a Small World after all, and you're just watching things kind of
Which is a horror game in and of itself, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think at large, horror games are not the only genre that commit this kind of sin. It's like a big problem in Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big problem in pretty much any AAA title where you're just like a thing watching something unfold in front of you rather than a person partaking in the events. But this did a really good job of integrating you as a player into like the skin of the character of the game. And I think that's what made it head sticks and made it more interesting.
Yeah, I remember going on a rant. I think like Games Radar or something gave it like a fucking 1 out of 5 or something, and he compared.
What?
Really?
I wouldn't even give it a 1 out of 5,
something.
and I
And sorry,
hate it.
Games Radar. I'm sure you listen. But someone, if you search it, there's one out there,
They're
and he
big.
tried to say something along the lines of like, well, when you look at like the top tier of the genre, like, and he said Outlast 2. I was like, that's not the fucking top tier of the genre. Like, I'm not gonna knock Outlast 2. Sure, it was fine, but it just did, it was an interesting story, I guess, but nothing compared to the first one. Like, maybe if you try to do that, but it was as good as Outlast 1, in my opinion. Like, it just did a different thing, but I still fucking felt awful a lot of the time for different reasons, but that's what the game was designed for. So I like that. And like people that bitch that it's a walking sim, it's like you just didn't fucking play it then. You're just saying
Dog, have you not
you're just saying
played- have you
buzzwords.
not
You know what I
played
mean?
Death
Like, that's
Stranding?
stupid.
You know, I think Death Stranding is a walking sim, but I think we need to stop using that term, right?
Yeah, after Firewatch, when it was a good thing, is when people realized that you can say that term and people know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
I think I prefer it's because it's not new, right? Like this is like Myst.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
an old ass
Exactly.
game, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So
And people confuse them with point and clicks, and I'm like, detective mode is not point and click. I understand a lot of people fucking hate detective mode, but if it's based in your fucking game and your world, it makes so much sense to have. And it's not just detective mode. There's
Yeah.
biomechanical mode. There's like they made it like worth it. You know, I just really enjoyed they took like all the shit that people sling and just like made it valuable to the game, and it just was like a big fuck you.
The big problem that I think a lot of people have with detective mode, and like obviously, like it was like the Batman, the Arkham games that really kind of started this whole like trend of them being in every fucking game. But the problem that a lot of people have with detective mode is that there's no incentive to play the game outside of detective mode.
Yeah.
Where when I was playing Observer, they very much delineate the parts of the game where you're supposed to be using these things. And so I didn't feel like I had to be in X mode the entire time.
Right.
I felt like I was using it in sections and then I was playing the game without it on most of the time.
And to build on that too is like, because detective mode, and I think this was a very deliberate choice on their part, is whether you're using detective mode or bio mode, is you don't get the whole world when you're walking through. You know, you just get gray or red outlines and that's it. Or if you want to walk around and take in everything that's on the walls, the posters, the little details and everything, you're not going to play in those modes.
Yeah.
And if you are going to play in those modes, you're just missing out on everything.
Yeah. They drop like the note of if you keep this shit up, like you got to take Synchrosine, and if you keep taking Synchrosine, like you're
Yep.
gonna fucking die, whether you are or not. We don't know.
That was
but we
literally what I
believe
was
it,
about to bring up.
You know, so it's just like, all right, get it off. I need it for a minute tops, so I don't fucking die from using.
Oh, I never even noticed
it's
that.
right in the beginning. They
Yeah.
drop it like right away. Like don't keep going on that.
It actively affects the world
Yes.
around you, like as you use it for like, because once again, Nancy boy number one right here. I was using detective mode a lot when I first started doing this because like I'm trying to figure out everything as quick as possible. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep detective mode on. Fuck these guys. And then when I come out of it, everything's all blurry and my vision's fucked up, and you know you're getting those weird glitches, and I can't. You feasibly could play the game like that, where everything's all glitchy, but it's the game in a weird way, kind of punishing you for not enjoying it.
Agreed.
yeah,
That's the smart stuff. That's the difference between a good game and a great game.
I said this briefly, I think at the beginning of our first episode of the coverage, but it does atmosphere and presentation in a way that a lot of games kind of dream of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because it draws you into all of its mechanics appropriately and effectively constantly.
Yeah.
And there was like, we kind of discussed, there was only one part of the game where we were just kind of like, okay, this isn't the best. Which was like that little forest part where you had to like unplug all the computers and stuff like that. But aside from that, like literally everything else was done
Yeah,
beautifully.
which is the main
Yeah.
reason why I like indie games is because in that exact moment, that's like usually like you have to eventually get a lull. Like the gameplay loop's gonna just get fucking old real quick. Which I've heard your Death Stranding episode, so we're well aware of how a gameplay loop can get pretty fucking exhausting. But when you're there and you realize like technically you're already so much through the game that by the time you would get over it, you're now at the ending, and now you know the climax is coming. So now you're like, oh fuck, there's story, there's this, there's
Draws you right back
so
into it,
indie
yeah.
games usually do that really well because they can't afford to be 60-hour games.
The thing with Observer is while we're talking a little bit about like environment and everything else, is that it does a really awesome job that a lot of other games kind of fall flat on when it comes to like basically the video game equivalent of a bottle episode where, you know, the entire thing takes place in one location. By creating this, what you assume is a giant city, and then making it go on lockdown. So you're forced to stay in this area to solve everything. It kind of alleviates that loop. Like, yeah, I can't get to this area right now, but I know that it's there. Even though it's maybe, 10 feet away.
Sure.
That was another thing that I did really enjoy about the game.
Definitely. Yeah, we all like the raid. Fucking being stuck in a hotel complex is fucking tight. Like, fuck shit up. Like, that's amazing.
Who among us wouldn't love to be in this exact situation right now?
Yeah, I mean, there are parts of it that reminded me of what was that movie that came out? It was like a British movie about a guy who moves into a high rise. I think it's called High Rise. But it's kind of like a dystopian.
I hate that this is what popped in my mind first.
Yeah.
But all I can think about is that fucking movie with The Rock where he's in that giant skyscraper.
Oh, God. Skyscraper.
You know, the movie Skyscraper?
I think it's called Skyscraper. I was gonna say.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Yeah. No, it's a movie called High Rise, and it stars Tom Hiddleston. He's the main character.
Oh.
And it's got Jeremy Irons.
Ooh, heavy hitter.
It's like a retro futuristic 1970s style. So not cyberpunk,
It's called High Rise.
but almost.
It's called High Rise.
Yeah, High Rise. And this guy moves in, and it's sort of like an insular high-rise complex of like residential living areas, and it's got like sort of similar to the slums area, but as you move up, so do the class of the people who inhabit this place. And this guy, the main character, moves into like a middle area, and this place goes on lockdown, and suddenly it falls into like a whole insular society. It's just like chaotic, but it's very similar to
Kind of dope.
the same kind of lockdown effect, and it just goes like batshit crazy.
Kind of reminds me of Snowpiercer, too, in a way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Snowpiercer.
Such a good movie.
Snowpiercer was like a video game movie because I sort of got the feeling of the progression through the train was kind of like levels in a video
Yes.
game, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Because they were all like different themes and stuff. That was, I don't know, such a good movie.
Yeah. That was the other thing that I loved about the game, too, is that you have all these things that are happening all the time, but like all of these interactions you can have with the residents that are ultimately like inconsequential, but really just do wonders for building the world. There was one that I didn't mention on our coverage episodes, which was, I think it was on the second floor somewhere, where you're in the hallway and you go up to one of these doors, and you talk to this person's robot, and the owner's not home.
Oh, yeah.
And you find out that the robot is a sex robot, and you're just talking to the robot back and forth, and it's giving you it's like canned responses to what you're asking. And then Daniel goes, I guess it won't help to say goodbye. And then under its breath, the robot goes, yeah, because that would humanize me, right? And Daniel goes, what did you say? And she just goes, have a great day. And it was like, shit like that fucking gets me.
That's some
I enjoyed
Detroit
that
shit,
shit.
yeah.
And it kind of adds to the terror of the world a little bit too, because it's just like, wow, not only are we having problems with like your mind fucking with you and like this whole situation fucking with you, but now we have to worry about the fucking robot uprising in the background of all this happening. It just really adds layers to like everything. Yeah. And it's so well done.
You make a really good point there, Sam, because I think what this game does well that many AAA games in a similar type of genre do not do is that this world feels pretty limited by its environment graphically, but as soon as the characters open their mouths and you start interacting with them, all of that kind of goes away, and it's just like super immersive. Whereas like big AAA titles look fantastic, but have a really hard time pulling you into the story because the stories are underwritten and the characters are underdeveloped.
Oh, you see, I had like one half the opposite of what you just said, Chris, because I love the way this game looks. And this might just be my, how my imagination is. But literally, like, walking through this crap sack fucking world that we're in and just this apartment complex, I'm like, man, I can imagine how this would smell. Like, this is awesome and terrible at the same time.
Yeah.
And then just, once, like you said, once the characters start opening their mouths, it just gets even better.
Oh, absolutely.
At least that was my experience,
Yeah, I mean, it certainly doesn't look bad. I think the game looks fantastic, but if they had a bigger budget, they probably would have made different choices, like, putting a face with all the people that live in the doors or whatever. Things that just required more money and more time and more development.
You see, I think that would be good, but at the same time, I kind of like the almost like, I think I compared it to a Tool, like 3 frames from a Tool music video that you're looking at on repeat on the screens, and I think that just adds to it so much.
Can't relate.
Can't really.
That's something Bloober Team does really well. Is they'll take a limitation and then like pivot it to make it an artistic choice, and then they use it as narrative flow. It doesn't jilt anything. Like, why can't I fucking see anybody? Like, that's not what matters. They choose why you can see who you can see. That are, you know.
Yeah, it's almost like good art is made under restriction rather than having limitless resources at your fingertips.
That's been an opinion held by various people that have been on this show in the past too, where it's just like, you know, Hideo Kojima would probably make so much better games if he was restricted by like length of time he could make things. Because think about Ground Zeroes or PT. Like, these are very short experiences that we look back on and consider incredible because of how like contained and focused they are. Whereas, you know, the general consensus, we go and play fucking Metal Gear Solid 4 or 5 or Death Stranding, and these things are this long, like, he's been given the fucking book to do whatever the fuck he wants for as long as he wants to, and it detracts from it.
So what that is a combination of, in the military we have this thing called the good idea fairy. You should actually, Sam, you should ask your dad about if he knows about the good idea fairy sometime.
He
I'm
probably
sure he
does.
But basically that's, you know, you get some junior fucking officer, whoever, going, hey, I've got a good idea. So it's a combination of that in Kojima's head, and also him being surrounded by yes men that allow him to basically do that stuff. And that's when all this extra shit gets tacked on. That's why you have an 1.5 hour long cutscene at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4 when it really doesn't need to be there, you know, and shit like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Or Death Stranding as a whole, where if they actually put some restrictions on that and said, hey, no, you can't exceed this budget, you can't exceed this length of time for cutscenes, yada, 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 you would probably get a much more concise, more well put together story in that aspect. And
which, that's the thing, like, we can see that he's capable of doing that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because like you made the comparison to Ground Zeroes, and Ground Zeroes is in my top 3 Metal Gear games.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at Metal Gear Solid 1, right? There's so much shit in that game. And but there's, I get the feeling that a lot of stuff that Kojima probably wanted to do, he was told like, oh, you can't do that because like you've reached the hardware capabilities of this machine that you're publishing a game on. And now you're getting systems that are like pretty limitless. Like, I don't think we've really tapped into pushing, you know, the new Xbox. Or
like, just when we think that like it can't get any better, then we get the PS5 and the Xbox One X30, whatever the fuck it's called. Like, it's insane to me. It's like poetry. It rhymes. Every scene is so dense. It's just
so now, rather than making a video game that has these like cinematic moments and works well within its limitations, you have Kojima making movies using video games as a medium,
Right.
and they're just like really big and sloppy.
Right.
It's just the difference is that a movie isn't like 40 to 60 hours long.
Well,
and
they're
that's why
getting
it's
there.
so
They're
tiring.
fucking getting there.
Yeah, I guess. So
More and more 3+ hour movies are coming out nowadays.
yeah, but Bloober is very good. Like, even with Blair Witch, which is longer compared to the Observer and Layers of Fear, doesn't really overstay its welcome. It's very like, they know how to tell a story and do their story and then get the fuck out and like leave it where it should be. So that's what I like about it. There's been like a lot of discussion in the Discord about the game because there was a lot of interest and a lot of people wound up playing it along with us. And was it New Boot Goofin on there was talking about how he finished Observer and he enjoyed it overall, and he didn't know. It's kind of like Cole's situation where he doesn't know if he loved it or hated it. Because it's so unlike anything that he's experienced before. And he mentioned that his dog gave him a jump scare because he was at the end of Helena's dream sequence, and his dog sprang off the couch and started growling at his door. He said he nearly shit himself when he was.
I think that was one of the things that really enhanced the experience for me too. Was on top of chatting with you guys while I was playing through it, was also like as
Your
it was
sleep
going
deprivation.
on. well, yeah, that too. But like I was texting Cole, and we were pretty much at the same part. Or I would call Sam. I'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" He'd be like, "Yep, strap in." You know?
Yeah, I mean, there was that one part where you're walking in the darkness and there's like all those dogs barking, you know? And
Yeah.
my dog, Baguette was just freaking out, you know? Like, what the fuck, where are the dogs? I gotta go find the dogs. And he's like running around the
Baguette.
house, like starting to bark too.
It's convincing atmosphere.
It is.
Again, self-professed Nancy boy. But horror, I feel like I don't like experiencing legitimately by myself, but I feel like as a group thing, it's incredible. And so like
Yeah.
even though I was technically playing Observer by myself, having the other guys to like bounce off of and like joke with and like freak out with made it like a much better experience. And it's kind of that, like I remember when I played Dead Space 2 for the first time, I played the entirety of it in the living room with the lights off with my roommates, and it just was this, it was such a wonderful experience because we were in it together and like we were fucking with each other, and it was a really great like experience. And so horror, in my opinion, is a group activity.
Yeah.
It makes me real excited for Boys Trip when we play Alien Isolation, and Cole's going to be the pilot for it.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's definitely going to happen for sure. Yeah,
It's good. Oh, Alien Isolation. That's like a good harken back, because I feel like PT, while I do enjoy it, it's starting to get a little overrated, and it's kind of ruining a lot of like pivots for horror now. Like they just like we got to do our own PT thing. Like it's one to be Easter eggy and stuff like that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But when they do that, like
Well, like even Observer, they do a PT like Easter egg thing. Like it's like they have that one room.
Which
you
I
go in,
never,
it's, like,
I had
the
never
looping.
played PT. So when Sam initially asked me about it, he was like, "Hey, did you go to the PT hallway?" I was like, "Is that the one that looped over and over again?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't know what that was a reference to, but it was pretty freaky.
I will say though, like the numbers were like 3690 or whatever. Why wasn't it 204? What is it? 244 606 or whatever. Like, why wasn't it those numbers? I was like, how would I know that? Or it should have been like 7780 was the fake studio, or whatever it was. Like it should have been that. I was very surprised that it just was like four random numbers.
Whenever I got to that area, because I've obviously never played PT, but I know enough about it to know like the whole gist of like the looping hallway. As soon as I got in there, I was like, no, no, this is immediately like PT. They're gonna fucking PT me. I as much as I try and run away from Kojima's like horror, it finds me. It's gonna get me.
It's infectious, man. It's infectious.
But that was a really cool part of the game that I enjoyed.
Cole's gonna be like brushing his teeth, and he's gonna look down, and when he looks up, Kojima's gonna be in the mirror behind him.
Forgive me, Lisa. There's a monster.
Right.
There's a monster inside me. So I never played Layers of Fear.
Shocking, me
I've
either.
seen, like, I think I watched Markiplier play Layers of Fear, but the details of it are a little hazy. That was their first game.
First big game, yeah. They did a bunch of 3DS
first
titles.
big game.
But that's the one that got them on the map.
Really?
Yeah, I fucking love Layers of Fear. I fucking love Layers of Fear.
So how would you say, I know it's probably very different, but how would you say Observer and how it approaches horror compares to Layers of Fear?
Horror-wise, it's pretty similar. So the thing that I like about it, so me being a musician and an artiste,
Thank you.
the protagonist of Layers of Fear is the patriarch of a family, and he used to be this famous artist. He used to be an amazing painter, and he's obviously like fucking insane now. He's mad. The house is in tatters, like just shit's crazy, and it's just empty, and we don't know why. And basically, he's like, well, I gotta finish, I gotta make my masterpiece or whatever it was whatever I was working on, I need to complete it. And as you go through the house, and that's what makes it so good, it's this mansion that he got from being so famous as being an artist, that you go through the house, and it's him going fucking insane. So when you're in a certain place, you might hear a phone ring. You pick up the phone, and the phone starts ringing, and now it's like in the library, it's like up on a wall, like clearly, at like 90 degrees. So like gravity doesn't work in this place, and then the chairs start like it's just this guy descending into madness, and you learn why. What happened to the family? Where's the mother? Where's the daughter that we hear about? Where's the dog? They talk about the rats in the house that like would, and he just started going crazy and put traps everywhere, just little shit like that they make it. I won't go into like the plot because it is kind of spoilery right away, like what the moves are, but he needs special tools for his art. So you got to go find the special tools, and as you go, there's like not.
What consoles is this on?
I think it's on everything now, but I think
it's on. Yeah, they sell a bundle pack. Observer Layers of Fear on the PlayStation Store.
I played it. I played it on Steam in like 2016, whenever it first came out. Because
I'll have to check that out before the Observer re-release.
Yeah, actually, I don't think I actually have seen the full game played, because when I watched Markiplier play it, it was still in early access, and so it wasn't the full thing. So it might be worth going back.
Yeah, it gets, and it's one of those games where the conceit is always interesting, and they find a way to introduce. So again, there's a daughter, then you learn there's a mother, then you learn there's like a pet, and they just kind of slowly add more so that it's not just here's the family and let's do this over and over again. And once you get to like 50%, there's something they do, and it doesn't pivot the game, but it's just like they just find a way to make it. Like I said, they manipulate your environment, and there's like you're looking at like your daughter's toy, and it's like a baby carousel from when she was like a mobile from when she was a child, and it spins, and as it spins, you're focusing on it, and the light's pivoting, and then you keep turning with it, and then the fucking house changes, and it fucking changes again and again, and it's just like what the like why is this like what the fuck is happening, and you're more fascinated and just like I got to get to the fucking end of this, like I have to figure out.
Hear that, Cole? You can add that one to your queue.
Yeah.
We have a direct tie to it, Cole. Guess what's getting forced onto the podcast?
Yeah, as far as scares go, it's my nerd boner is very cyberpunky, so like Observer may be like probably better just because of where my interests lie. But as I love the idea, again, like just like they do in Observer, I love the idea of like it's like Resident Evil 1, the mansion. I don't need it to be in the streets of New York and all this fucking crazy shit. Like I don't need a big open world. I like that in some of my games, but I don't need it for everything. So they make it this giant mansion, and it's the fucking best. Like it's so much fun, man. I love that game. I will always push that game. But it didn't pivot to this show as well as Observer would.
Oh, perfect. That man, damn shame that I can't play it for the show. That sucks. All right, let's keep going.
So that's the
just
thing,
keep
is that
pushing,
it's all
boys.
So you absolutely
You heard
can.
Warren.
You absolutely can. So it's Observer's been played, and that Bloober team made it, and so it's tied to Layers of Fear. So we have there's a degree of separation.
It does have like a more, like there is sort of like a couple of endings, kind of like how Observer have. It is much more like a focused story that ends, and they call it. Ironically, it's called Inheritance is the DLC. So the daughter comes back to the house years later and inherits what happened after all this shit went down. And this one has a little bit more of like a what the fuck just happened with Observer. This merits more discussion, whereas Layers of Fear is more like, okay, talk about your experience to get to the ending, because there is one defined, like they have an ending that they say is like the true ending. You know what I mean?
Mr. Krups on the Discord said that he thinks it's lateral to Layers of Fear and the way it manipulates the world, and that's kind of, you've confirmed that or a little bit.
Very much so.
He said he was undecided on which one is actually more terrifying. So taking like theming out of it, which one do you think is scarier?
Probably Layers of Fear, just because there's more. It's jump scary, but it's not, because you don't know what the horror is. Is there something actually scaring him? Is he insane? Like I said, the rats. So you just hear noises, and are they there or not? You have no fucking clue. He's an unreliable narrator, so everything you're reading and learning and finding, who knows if it makes sense. So you're never at ease, where at least the Observer has a couple of moments where you're like, okay, I'm moving on to the next set of clues, so I can get there and maybe something will jump out at me on the way there, but I can technically be mine.
Playing Observer with headphones completely negates that.
I
to hear every little thing that you're probably not supposed to hear.
That's why I did not do that.
So speaking of like the endings and all that, I'm curious to know which ending of Observer did you initially pick?
When
you first played
I fucking
through
rejected that son of a bitch.
Of course you did. Right.
Play the fucking goddamn character. He would never. I don't care. He would never fucking accept that. It's not his fucking kid. I'm sorry. I know it. Whatever it is. I fucking rejected the shit out of that.
Well, Sam purely accepted him just for difference's sake, because he knew that at the minimum Cole and I were going to reject him.
If I was playing it just for the sake of playing it, I absolutely would have fucking rejected that little shit, because come on. But yeah, for the sake of flavor and being able to talk about like what happened, I did accept him, and that was. I think you make a mistake regardless. There's no good ending.
No, not at all.
No.
There's just bad ending and potentially less bad ending.
No, I don't know part 2 yet of your Observer, but did you guys have my more anxious moment was not the choice of accept or reject. My more anxious moment was you find his head and you can choose to sink into it or you can keep going. That was more a more anxious part for me than the ending, frankly. I was like, what the fuck do I do? Like, technically I could die. You have one more jack is what they basically say. Like, you can only dream eat one more time or shit's going to go wild.
Yeah.
And I fucking didn't do it. I was like, this is probably extra, or I just want to get, this is probably the story. And then I go to fucking Sanctuary and I'm like, I think I fucked up. Like, I was like in the elevator and I'm like, I fucked up.
It is purely optional.
Yeah. I fully got in there.
It's fun. I think
it was
it's
a great
not,
moment of levity for everything else that was going on.
Yeah.
It was shockingly light for what was happening. Right
Gotcha.
now.
Sam and I were FaceTiming actually when I did it, and he was laughing his ass off at my reactions.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing too is that like, because when you do it as well, when you're done with it, like Daniel is fucked up hard. Like he barely stands up. Like it fucks him completely up, and it's just this like huge like problem. And it's like, oh, I maybe shouldn't have gotten into this.
Yeah. Did you guys watch the PS4 exclusive where they do like behind Observer? They like interview Rucker Hauer about the game, like his thoughts on the game and his performance. It's like it's one of those, not a state of play, but when they do like those behind the scenes just to like get you to kind of get clicks. But that one clearly, I was like, I want to hear fucking Rucker Hauer read the phone book, so I could care less.
Hell yeah.
And he was it's a very very interesting experience because they talk about like, well, how much of this was scripted? Like, we know that a lot of times they want natural reactions, and he's just like, look, I'm a fucking classically trained like European actor. I'm reading exactly what they tell me to do, and I'll figure out how to make it appealing, and it's just really cool seeing him. And they're like, well, would you play it? He's like, fuck no, I wouldn't play this game. I can't. He's like, I would have turned it on and been scared. He's like, fuck that. It's so good. It's a really good watch. Yeah, it's a really good watch because he's just so. A lot of times they feel like so bullshit where it's like, what's your favorite movie? Oh, you know what? I kind of like them all. Like they're never fucking real.
Yeah.
And his just feels like they were like, hey man, you got like Rucker, you got a couple minutes? And they're like, sure, whatever. And he's just sitting there with a coffee, like, just answering questions. And it's pretty.
It's like my favorite.
It's pretty cool.
My favorite real answer for that was they were talking to Michael Caine. They're like, did you ever see Jaws 4?
Jaws 4,
He
yeah.
said, I saw the house it bought me.
Dude, he missed his Oscar acceptance because he was filming reshoots for that movie. Like, how fucking ridiculous is that?
I do love those like really real interviews. That's why I like Hot Ones so much. As like a really big aside, is because like not only do they do really good research on that show, but the hot sauce disarms them and they just answer like truthfully because they're so distracted by the heat. And it's just like that's why I like that show so much, because it's so real. So real.
So real.
Oh my god, did you just tell the truth inside me?
Oh man, we've got a couple of other unrelated. Well, we have one big related letter, and then we have a couple of unrelated responses that are just kind of general. So I'll read one of those. We got a response from Ash on Twitter. I've listened to MGM for a while at work, but they stopped letting me use headphones, so I took a hiatus.
Oh, I feel that pain.
Yeah, I know, it's awful. They recently allowed it again, so I've been listening again. Happy you guys have been able to have the people that you've had on. Just finished the trivia episode, I think, and have the David Hayter one lined up in the queue. It's crazy that you got him on of all people. Congrats, guys. I hope you are all well in this bad situation. And yeah, thanks, Ash. We are well.
Hope you're doing well,
as
too,
well as
dude.
we can be. And I hope that you hear this message when you finally catch up.
I was gonna say, I'm like, the trivia episode's like 100 back, I think now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a while back. We're on. This is like episode 120, but like there's a lot.
It'll be a nice surprise because they'll keep listening and then they'll forget they wrote in, and then episode 123 or whatever. Hey, it's me.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. And then we've got another nice one from Oliver. I think he spells it without the L in the signature, but I'm just gonna say Oliver, please, because that's fun. This is a older response. Well, no, it's a newer response to some older episodes. So he's writing to me and Alessio. Because Sam and Alessio, I've really enjoyed your podcast. I am currently being homeschooled, preparing for the 8th grade. Whew. I don't know how I feel about the humor on this podcast being delivered to an 8th grader. But
hey, when I was his age, I was listening to Dane Cook, so I think you guys are all right.
If he's a Metal Gear fan, he's seen twice as bad as what we can do.
Yeah, because you turned out just great, Zach.
That's true.
He's pressed L1.
Yeah.
You know he has.
He's preparing for the 8th grade, but I listen to your guys' podcast and interviews while doing my work, and as a Metal Gear Solid fan, I really approve of them. Hope you guys keep on doing a good job, and I hope you guys have a good day from one Metal Gear fan to the next. So thank you, Oliver.
That's a very well-written note from a 7th into 8th grader.
Yeah,
for real.
That's awesome.
I hope 8th grade goes well for you. It does get better.
And just remember, once you get to 9th grade, it all resets. You're at the bottom of the ladder again.
Yeah, you're top of the pops right now. But 9th grade, listen, Oliver, some advice: keep your head down and just survive.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, you'll thrive.
Keep on keeping on.
And then we've got another letter from my best friend and yours, Tori Cortez. She writes, so here I am in 2020 watching a young Harrison Ford take out replicants in 2019. That's a sentence I never thought I would say.
Yeah.
Love the cyberpunk season of the show. I was definitely one of those who warranted Cole's "What do you mean you never seen Blade Runner" before your coverage of it. There were so many things I loved about this movie. I could list them all, but it would end up sounding a lot like your episode on the movie. I will say I had no idea Kojima basically pulled this movie left and right from Metal Gear Solid. I'm definitely going to have to watch it again with Kojima in mind. I'm attaching the notes I took while watching the movie in case you're interested in reading them. Not particularly insightful, but I had fun taking them down and wanted to share. To Observer, the game, gentlemen, is unlike anything I've played in my life. I'm no stranger to the game. Who can relate?
What do you mean you never played Observer?
God damn it. I'm no stranger to games with darker themes and a bit of spook here and there. But Observer had this way of tapping into every one of my anxieties and putting them right there in front of me.
Who can relate?
I can't say I've ever simultaneously loved and hated playing a game like I have with this one. Who can relate?
Yep.
Just every sentence is going to be who can relate.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
I thought the game was incredibly well put together and appreciated the hands-on investigative aspect of gameplay. The developers didn't hold our hands through our detective work, and the experience was so much better for it.
Amen.
Fuck yeah.
I took the Chris and Zach method, altering my experience of the game with lights out, a little smoke to really get into it, and it was a trip. My heart was racing more than any boss battle or any BT or jump scare. I love the little shade there. Any boss battle, any BT or jump scare thrown at me by games. I truly felt as though I was being observed, like the game was reading my decisions and laying out new obstacles chosen for me. Specifically, wading through the maze of office buildings with the shadow figures felt like a personal nightmare of mine.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
After hearing the experiences you boys all had with the game, I know I'm going to have to boot it up a second time. I must hate myself to play a game. Missing out on a couple of Dream Eater sequences felt like an incomplete play of the game and understanding of the story. Thanks for introducing this listener to a new gaming experience. Shout out Warren Minix and a new old movie to geek over. And that was Tori. So thank you, Tori.
Thanks, Tori.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for the shout out.
This was like a really perfect time, I think, for us to play Observer because of the fact that the remake is coming out soon. Like the remaster is coming out with that.
Oh, I can't wait! I cannot wait. Because that's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Because if you were thinking about replaying Observer, playing the original one and then giving yourself time to digest it and waiting for the remake to come out is like, it seems like it's a perfect storm. And I actually am very excited to grab that and try it again. Are you going to pick that up?
Oh, you think? Yeah, definitely. I still have to. Like I said, I'm a big developer follower. So even if I don't like the game, but I appreciate the developer, they get like one or two before I start to, all right, they're falling off, you know. And especially indie developers, and Bloober's just, at least like I said, 4 years straight for me. Their big titles are just, they're relatively lights out. They do what they want to do. If you don't like it, that's fine, but that's because that's not for you. It's not because they cut corners or didn't make the decisions they wanted to make.
Yeah. After History, Egypt, Engineering, and Empire on the iOS back in 2010. They've been following Bloober Team for
Yeah. Like they literally made a game called like Double Bloob or something crazy on the DS.
Yeah,
like,
Double Bloob.
I was like, what is that? I don't even know what that is. Like I have no clue.
Yeah, it was like the DSi where like it was
One man, one bloob.
They announced a game that's coming up for the next gen called
The Medium looks. Oh man, I'm fucking hype.
It does look really
hype.
good, so I'm looking forward to that. This is actually going to be a really like strange statement to make, and I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but I think a horror game is going to be the reason why I pick up the Xbox Series X because I'm definitely getting the PS5, but I really want to play the Medium, and I don't think they announced it for the PS4.
Not yet.
I think it's for Windows and Xbox.
They almost
so,
always get like a 1 year. Like Bloober, I don't know if they have some sort of agreement, but every time it's PC and Microsoft for a year before they come out to other consoles, and usually like 4 years later they come out on the Switch for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Medium looks really good, and I really do want to play it. So Observer made me a big fan of Bloober, and I approve. And it's been a very wonderful and good experience. I guess wonderful and good is maybe not the right words to describe what I
It's been a wondrous experience for sure.
Yeah, fulfilling maybe would be the word I would use, but wonderful may be a stretch.
I'll say I'll play a horror game like this all day long, and I don't like spooky stuff, right? I will not play a game like Resident Evil 7. Like that is
no.
That's too much.
Y'all are still not getting that.
Hold on.
You're still not getting that.
Let's not pull the cart before the horse here.
Yeah, let's not get too hasty.
So I'm just curious. Outside of the first couple hours of Resident Evil 7, what is stopping you from playing that? Where it's a game where you are way more in control because you can fucking run a shotgun and a rocket launcher and all this stuff. So what scares you when you can win a game like that?
It's not really scary, right? It's more of just Resident Evil 7, I think, is probably the most visceral and like gruesome looking game in the Resident Evil series.
Sure.
When they switched to the first person narrative, things got real dark and like, I don't know, like those weird rednecks. It strikes a little too close to home. For someone whose parents live 20 minutes from where they filmed the movie Deliverance, right?
I used to sell bottles of like cheap vodka to people who look just like this. I'm not trying to relive them
here's what
killing
I'll say.
me.
So the first couple hours of that game are like top tier. Like it's an amazing experience, and it's a bummer that like it doesn't get bad, but it does not hold a candle to the first couple hours of that game. And the DLC of that game, they kind of humanize the Bakers, right? The Bakers. Like, it's been 3 years or 4 years since I played, but they humanize the Bakers. There's a DLC that happens with Zoe, the oldest daughter, of how they turn.
Is that the one with the uncle?
Yeah, uncle. Yeah, fucking Uncle Joe. You son of a bitch, eating bugs.
Uncle
He's
Joe,
the best.
Fucking pop, pop, pop.
But they actually have a DLC, and I think it's called Daughters, if I'm not mistaken. And it's basically what happens like a year back or whatever it is, whatever the timeline is of that game. And it's about them being just like a regular family, putting, hey, we found, a boat crash. We found a girl out in the middle of the lake. Grab blankets, get some of this. Like, they're real people. And it's how they get turned into what they are now. And it's kind of fascinating. The Daddy Baker, Papa Baker is such a fucking interesting character, and there's just so much cool shit that he does that we're like, this guy's just fucking insane because he can't die. I mean, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's just not used to it, and it makes it more fun there. But it's tough to push it now because it's been so many years. There's just so many good horror games since Resident Evil 7. But like I said, those first, basically there's a moment in the game where you wake up and you're at like the dinner table with the Bakers.
Do you grab a brush and put a little
makeup? But I do hide the scars and fade away the shake-up. Once you get to that point, up until then, like, it's almost like a little demo experience, but like that's some of the best stuff ever. Like, it really is good, and it's kind of like it's the one good thing that like came out of PT, in my opinion. There's Visage and there's some other good games out there, but they're just not. They're just doing PT again, and I just want something different. And Resident Evil 7 did not feel like the developers of PT made something with Capcom. It felt like it was an original idea that just happened to be first person,
Yeah, Yeah. I mean, I got the whole sense that it was like the difference between the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Nightmare on Elm Street versus an episode of The Twilight Zone. That's
Right.
how I would compare.
Yeah, but I would even say
Observer to,
Resident Evil 2 remake and Dead Space are still scarier than Resident Evil 7, in my opinion. Like as far as
Dead Space is
as
fucking
far
horrible.
as far
Yeah.
as
I love it so
design
much.
for the entire experience. You know, like I said, 7 kind of gets funny.
I can
you know?
actually play through those games, but I think they're less gross. It's less about the gross macabre.
Oh, you didn't see the end of Resident Evil 3 remake, did you?
No, I didn't play Resident Evil 3 remake.
It's fun. I mean, it's short as
missed that
fuck,
one.
but man, I think I beat it 3
Yeah.
times in a weekend. Like it's super fun though, but it's just, you know, not as good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, scariest game of all time is Amnesia.
Ooh,
I
that's
still
a good
can't
one.
make myself play
That's a
that.
good one, and that's hard too because it messes with your gameplay. So that's where
Yeah.
it's really not cool.
That is even like within Observer, like we have that like a little homage that they threw to PT in that one room with the repeating hallway. But like that is the good thing that did come out of PT, and that's a way to kind of like tie it back into, you know, the main theming of the show, right? Is PT did create like a wave of people just trying to do PT again. But I think on the flip of that, and the positive thing is that it forced a lot of people who make horror games to think differently, which is why I think we got something like Resident Evil 7 after something that was like Resident Evil 6 as an example. Ugh. But it also inspired a lot of other people to do horror and think about what they're doing and put it out there. And I think that's the positive thing, is that now we have all these like very different, diverse experiences. And I won't say it's entirely because of PT, but I think that PT did help to accelerate the critical thinking about horror when it came out. So,
Right, Cole? That's your favorite. That's your favorite part about horror games, right? That's your. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah.
I like this guy.
I don't know, man. Yeah, sound and lighting is like, it's just so crucial, and it's something that the Fox engine did really well, and it's just something that some of these newer games, they know that's more important than the scare. Like, and that's what makes the atmosphere so good. Like 3D sound is like Dead Space was my first experience with 3D sound, and it scared the living shit out of me. The fucking the poison breathers in like chapter 5 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And they were breathing, and I could hear it in like my back right speaker, and I had no clue. I didn't realize that it was 3D sound. I wasn't used to it. It was my PS3 experience, like early on. It was right when the game came out, and I'm hearing this noise, and I'm like, is my like heat going? Like what the hell is happening? And then I'm turning in the game, and I hear it somewhere else. And after a while, I was just like, all right, I need to like check the house. And I didn't realize it was 3D sound. I had no clue. And then once I played, I'm like, oh, this is even worse. Like, it's actually the fucking game making this noise? Like, that is not good.
Yeah.
But then I just kept playing.
Hate that.
Yeah. It's so good, though. I love it.
Yeah.
Real talk, I will probably pick up the remake of Observer.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
great
I think
boy.
I will too.
Yeah.
Big
I mean,
man. He's
like,
a big boy, man.
Like I said, I enjoyed like the atmosphere, the story, like the setting. I really enjoyed that. The scares, fuck the scares, but I've already played it now, so I'm like, haha, I'm ready for you this time, you fucking mongoloid
you won't
looking
be.
giant.
Did you just say mongoloid? What's wrong with you?
that fucking like giant like what the fuck?
So, like, Cole, what about like retro horror? So something that came out recently, but it looks like an 8-bit game. So, like, how scary can 8-bit be? Right? Would you play?
Don't pretend.
I
Don't
don't know.
pretend. Don't pretend like one of those games wouldn't scare the piss out
No,
of you.
I'm trying to
Oh,
learn.
yeah,
I'm
I
trying to learn
guarantee
the
it's gonna
Cole
show
psyche.
me.
Like, what is what makes him
Dude,
so
I've been trying to figure out
uncomfortable
the
about
Cole psyche
horror?
for 27
Yeah,
years,
I
dude.
want to know. Yeah, because there's 3 of them now, or at least I think 3 is coming out soon. The game's called Faith, and it's Faith Part 1, Faith Part 2, Faith Part 3. And this game,
I haven't even seen that one. I see another one. though.
more to these. Yeah, it's so much fun. Like, and it's an 8-bit game. You play a little 8-bit priest who's just blue with a little white collar, and do 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 do. Like, it's super 8-bit.
Oh, I'm looking at stills of this.
But
Fuck
it's an
this.
awesome story. It's a lot of.
It's a really
lot
awesome
about
experience.
why is this priest even here? What happened to the family? What's the thing that's trying to kill you? Like, and then the second one turns it's now, I believe Faith 3 is in like it's ironically in like a big hotel complex where you have to go up certain flights and It's like a lot more puzzle based, which is what makes them way more, has a lot more staying power if there's actually puzzle, not just scares.
There are gifts on this page, and they are fucking terrifying.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
that dude's that dude's puking
amazing.
blood, and he's looking at me. No, nope.
Have you guys seen Saprophyte or Saprophyte or however it's pronounced? It's one of those like new games that are done in like the 8-bit style.
No, but I'm gonna check it out now.
Oh, so the premise is you play as like the last survivor on this space station, and there's this organism. It's actually very similar to the thing where it takes over a single body of like some of the dead crew. But as it goes around, it starts like following you, and as it absorbs more bodies, it gets smarter and faster, and like starts to outthink you and shit like that. Yeah, it's really fucking freaky to watch.
I'm gonna play that.
I'll find a link and I'll get it to you after this.
I love that stuff. Like I'm a horror hound. Like I will fight for all of it. I don't have as much time as I'd like to have it, but that's why indie games are so much fun. I can beat them in a weekend.
And also that was when you brought up the whole Dead Space thing. So a current project that I'm working on takes place on a space station. So I will either have Alien Isolation ambience or Dead Space ambience playing in the background while I'm writing it to really get me in the fucking like mindset of it.
It's so good.
Oh man,
I do want to put this out there, and Cole, I like for real, you don't have to do this, but I think it would be cool if you did. And it's not necessarily for the show, just to do it because I'm curious now because I really love the way that Bloober makes games. Do you guys want to just play Layers of Fear together?
I would do it.
Sure. I'll do that.
Cole, hand in the middle.
If you want to Twitch it, Cole, I'll be with you the whole way.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, for real. Okay. Holy shit! I did not expect this. This is.
I mean,
awesome, though.
they're my best friends. I mean, if the three of them are doing it, I guess I'm jumping off that fucking bridge.
It's super rewarding because the journey is
I don't believe
the
you.
journey is a better journey than the end, whereas a lot of Observer is like, oh shit, the ending is so in your face, like where it's almost like it gets bigger and more grandiose. Layers of Fear kind of gets smaller because you're learning about one man, not about like Chiron and the Fifth World War, like all this crazy shit going on. It's just one guy and his family and the doctor or whatever, very small. It gets smaller, and that's what makes it so scary because it's smaller, but it's not holy shit in your face. Like the journey is way more rewarding in my opinion. That's just me though.
I mean, if the three of you are playing it as well,
fuck yeah,
I will play it, and if I'm playing it, I will more than likely probably Twitch stream at least some of it.
Yes,
So,
I'll replay it with you guys.
Look out there, folks.
all right.
All right.
We have a
And on
pact.
that note, I think that about brings us to the end of this little mini cyberpunk horror season, Blade Runner and Observer.
Again,
Warren,
thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah,
Yeah, for
I
real,
didn't
thank
expect
you.
to like come on or anything. I reached out to like Chris and Zach and was just like, hey, I'm getting ready to type up my email. And Chris is like, just come on the show, dumbass. I'm like, okay.
Dumbass. I fully don't believe that's
No,
what Chris
definitely
said.
not. Definitely not. But I would never impose,
It's-
I was never
It's the one unprofessional email that Chris has sent in the
his
last
whole
7
life,
years.
Yeah, he's been nothing but a mentor throughout this entire thing.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you again for being so generous and giving us the means to get it and for being on the show. Do you have anything that you would want to say about Observer or just in general to like kind of wrap up
Sure.
before we kind of sign off?
I was pretty happy with how many people wanted to play it, which was really cool in the Discord and everything. And I appreciate, like, thanks for everybody that's been super nice to me about recommending it. I'm not, like I said, I love this community, so I was expecting, well words anyway. But I'm glad you guys got to play it. I'm glad that it's got, a few episodes of content out. And, if you ever need indie game recommendations, feel free to reach out. I have 256 gigs on my Switch alone of indie games. So,
Jesus.
Wow.
in
Damn.
2018, I played over 100
Dedication
games.
right there.
So,
Okay,
man.
here's what I want to know, Warren. Best non-horror indie game on the Switch right now, or just in general.
Okay, okay. So if you like platforming, go Celeste. If you like Metroidvanias, go Hollow Knight. If you
Still need
like,
to play that one.
if you like RPGs, man, fucking Project Octopath Traveler is fucking awesome.
I love Octopath Traveler. It's so
If
good.
you like crazy ass like adventure games, action games that are more like, you know, home, Zelda Breath of the Wild still right there. I know it's not an indie, but fuck it, it's too good. And then I guess what's the other, like there's no good first person shooters. I guess fucking be a douche and play Fortnite or whatever. I don't know.
I actually do want to throw out a recommendation for an indie game on the Switch that I really like, and Warren, you may have played it, but who's played Battle Chef Brigade?
Yes, dude. Oh,
Battle Chef
yeah.
Brigade is so fucking good because it's like the gameplay loop is you go out into like it's like a cooking competition, like Iron Chef almost, but the gameplay loop is you go into the kitchen, you go out into this like wilderness, you kill creatures and collect ingredients. It's like a platforming like combat game, and then you go back to the kitchen, you cook dishes, and it's like a puzzle game.
So it's like an advanced Burger Time.
Yeah,
almost,
a little
yeah.
bit.
It's like Burger Time, but like it's also a combat platformer, and it's so good. So that would be my big recommendation.
And if you guys like deck builders, there's Slay the Spire. It's like a roguelite deck builder game, which is really addicting. And you know,
another one that I really like that I picked up recently is Murder by Numbers.
yes, Murder by Numbers is fun.
Which is it's a visual novel like detective game where the main gameplay is Picross.
Yeah, it's cool.
And that's also really good. So that's another one that I've been playing recently that I love. It's turned into indie game hour with Warren and
like
Sam.
I said, I tried to warn. That's why I was like, I know what, like that's what I do. And then I'm in a band.
I'd listen to that podcast.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. To be honest with you, it was an indie video game podcast, and I did at least 2 games a week for
cool.
a long time, to be honest. So, and we did AAA games too. So you'd have at least one indie every week, which was wild.
It's good.
Nice.
That's awesome.
It was cool.
Good shouts. Good shouts.
That's what I need to do.
That brings us to the end. So this is entirely out of sequence for how these were. Well, I guess it's not out of sequence. Maybe it is. I don't know. Warren doesn't know about what I'm about to talk about. What me and Zach are about to talk about. So
whatever.
You're going to be the first one to know. So
yeah. So you may have heard our special release that we put out before this episode came out. But of course, if you did listen to that, you'll know. If you don't, surprise, this is actually going to be me and Zach's last episode on Metal Gear Mondays.
Whoa.
We are both stepping away for some personal reasons, professional reasons, just to kind of get a break. We are leaving the show in the capable hands of Chris and Cole and their new super secret third host that they will next episode introduce. And we won't go into huge detail because we spent like 20 minutes talking about it on that special release. So
but yeah, so
yeah, Zach, you say a thing because my brain needs a second to formulate my thoughts really quick.
but yeah, so unfortunately, this will be our last for the foreseeable future. I know that there are some movies that when they come along, I'm going to try crawling out of the floorboards and beg, scream, and cry with Chris Cole in the third to let me on for the coverage.
Yeah, same.
But also,
I'm giving you a hard no right now.
he keeps inviting us to calls every day. What is this going to say?
It's problematic. It's become problematic, and we really need it to stop.
But I know that Sam's involvement in like the Discord and all that is going to be the same. Mine is going to be the same, which pretty much means either at me or direct message me, or I'm probably not going to see it.
Yeah, I'll still be kicking around in the Discord, hanging out. Like I'm not going away. And technically, I myself and Alessio are still on the advisory, the CEO board of the podcast. So we'll be the godfathers floating on the background regardless. But yeah, I implicitly trust Chris and Cole.
I'll be the homeless guy. I'll be the homeless guy sitting in front of the MGM headquarters, going, "I used to work here."
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me money.
Living in the walls. Living in the walls.
Yeah, I'll be the guy on the computer in your office walls.
Amazing.
But yeah,
Zach's the actual Wolfman in like the basement of the MGM headquarters, like silently killing people.
Yeah. But yeah, I am fully excited to see what Chris and Cole and new hosts are going to be doing with the podcast. I'm very excited for them and for what they're doing. I think you're going to enjoy it. And yeah, it's weird. I've been doing this for almost 5 years now, and it's very strange to like suddenly not be doing it anymore. But I think for I just for me, and it's the same for Zach, but just for me, I just kind of need it. It's one of those things where it's like it's time, I think. And so a new generation sets sail.
We may not be passing on our genes, but we are definitely passing on our memes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bury those out back real quick.
No, my inheritance.
Speak for yourself. I'm passing down my genes too. Fuck it.
Oh shit.
Boys trip is still happening. You're still gonna be hearing, Chris and I talk about all the boys, Alessio, Zach, and Sam on the podcast. We're all still in contact. We're all still,
Like
very good friends.
daily contact.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I mute y'all.
Oh, I have to too sometimes.
I really do. We have a group text with me, Zach, Chris, Cole, and Alessio that I have muted specifically because I wake up at like because Chris is 2 hours ahead of me and Cole, Zach, and Alessio are 3 hours ahead of me. So at like 5 a.m, I would get like 150 text messages. I was like, no, y'all need to fucking not. And so I just
Y'all need to chill
Oh, yeah,
the fuck
or I'll
out.
be like working on a paper, and then all of a sudden I'll just hear ding, 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 ding. So I'll just mute it, and then all I hear is it fucking vibrating. It's my phone's trying to throw itself off my desk from all the
man.
text messages.
I've literally taken my phone and tossed it onto a couch nearby in a restaurant, being like, okay, sorry, so about this pitch, here's what you need.
Yeah. Like you could if you took all 5 of our phones, unmuted them, and then put them together, you could fuel a city with the energy that the buzzes provide.
So while
real.
they're not going to be, you're not going to maybe hear their voices all the time. Like Zach said, I'm hoping that we can have you boys on for a couple episodes here and there. Mm-hmm. But like their influence is still definitely here in the podcast, and we're going to do our best to continue to deliver for all the listeners. Just in general, I'm sad right now. Sorry.
Me too.
I just want to say I love you boys. Sam, thanks for giving us the opportunity to come on and help out with this really amazing project that you have worked so tirelessly on for years. I mean, I would not know how to do any of this had it not been for you and Alessio, and I'm just super humbled and thankful. And I'm going to shut up now because I'm getting sadder and emotional.
Yeah, man.
So Warren, where can people find you on the internet?
I love it. Oh, that's amazing.
No, I'll say one more thing. The show has kind of shaped me in a lot of ways, and I'm thankful for the experience it gave me. I'm thankful for the people it allowed me to meet. I'm thankful for the listeners. I'm thankful for my friends that I've made because of it. And even though it's weird to be stepping away and to not be doing it anymore, I wouldn't trade the experience of doing it for anything. So yeah, that's a wrap on that.
And I will throw this one last thing out. Zach, thanks for always being like a comedic source for me to like bounce dumb shit off of.
Well,
I really do.
As Chris has said
appreciate getting
before,
to
I will
meet
do
you.
anything for the bit. So
I love you, boys. It's been
1 week.
awesome.
damn it, Sam!
It's been awesome to get to like hang out and make awesome podcasts with you guys for as long as I've gotten to. It's
yeah.
man.
Yes, man. But for real now, Warren, where can they find you on the internet?
Sure.
Can they find you on the internet?
Yeah,
Does the
so
internet really exist?
so what I'll say is I'm in a band. We're called Spooky Forest. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram,
I love that as a
Spotify.
band title. by
Yeah,
the way.
I like it too. We're trying to. It's not the proper search engine optimization because you can type Spooky Forest and it could be anything. But the singer's 5-year-old named it.
spookyforest.jpg.
Yeah, so it's just like the kid, like his kid named the band, and I like that name because it is original in my opinion. Like I don't hear something like that often. But we got an album on Spotify. We came out at like 6 months ago, and we were fucking rip roaring to play a shit ton of shows that have all been canceled.
Is it called Dragons Used to Live
Dragons
Here?
Used to Live Here is the name of the album. Yes, that is it's a Fargo reference. There you go. Yep.
Ooh, what's this? This is grungy, dude. I like
That's
this.
awesome.
Yeah, go listen to that shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So
Okay.
that's where you can find me. I don't have any. I have handles and stuff, but don't fucking follow me. I'm boring as shit. I have cats. I have cats. You know what I mean?
They didn't stop any of
Don't
us.
follow me. That's really what we should be saying. Is like, don't follow any of us. We're
Yeah,
just
the-
dipshits. Leave us alone.
I'm a sum of the greater part as far as I'm concerned. But the band, we've been really trying to we've been together for a year and change, so we're trying to this was going to be our year to start playing a lot of venues, a lot of shows. We got approved for so much stuff. We're almost up to 10,000 plays, which is
man.
great for the single.
yeah.
But everything has been canceled. 2 shows a week for the foreseeable rest of the year, which is such a bummer. But it means I have a lot more time to play indie games, so I'm trying to be positive about
go.
something.
There we go.
Always got to find that silver lining.
Exactly.
Always gonna find it. 2021, man. It's gonna be a good year.
yeah, man.
We gotta make it one. But yeah.
And it wasn't until January of 2021 when the Fire Nation attacked and everything changed.
Yo, is everybody else watching Avatar? I'm halfway through the first season. That shit is
Hell
fucking
yes.
tight.
Avatar. I've seen Avatar so many
it's
times.
so
but Avatar
good.
is still such an incredible show.
Yeah.
And everybody who should watch it. But yeah, Cole, where can they find you on the internet?
So you can find me on Instagram at Subterranean Homesick Brews, on Twitter at I'm Cole Duncan, and since I made the really shitty, dumb decision to say that I'm going to be streaming Layers of Fear,
Yes.
And Dead Space.
you can find me on Twitch at just at Cole Duncan, all one word, lowercase. I will also be streaming other shit on there, I'm sure. So yeah, come watch me go through another existential crisis while I'm playing a video game.
Zach, how about you?
You can find me on Instagram at author Zach James. It's quite boring at the moment. I don't have too much terribly to post about. And yeah, that's really it for me. Oh, and Snapchat at NU Maverick if you do that kind of thing.
If you're into that kind of thing. Chris, what about you?
Internet. Right.
Find me internet.
Synergy.
Find me on
I'm
internet.
the virus going
Stocks.
after
NASDAQ.
Adam.
New York City.
Yeah. I'm being
I am the S&P 500.
I'm down like the Dow. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Chris Hampton II. Xbox and PSN are Proto Dude. Also, Steam is Proto Dude. So if you want to play some Civ, hit me up.
Yeah.
I got 5. I got 6.
I got
5
on it.
6 is actually, I don't know if it will still be by the time this episode comes out, but 6 is actually free on Steam, on Epic Game Store right now.
Is it really?
Yep.
So
Yeah,
there's no excuse to not get it at this point.
for real.
Fellas, I lost my fucking mind this morning. And
He rebranded.
yeah, changed my entire fucking brand on the internet. So you could find me on Twitter at Sam versus Sam. That's versus the full word versus. That's Instagram now as well, and that's also my YouTube. You can go find my YouTube channel, bit.ly/Sam versus Sam. and check that out. I'm doing a lot of content. So to really hammer home that I do still love these people and I'm not leaving the podcast to get away from them, I regularly do content on my YouTube channel with them. We do this like vidcast that's basically the Patriot Club, but like in like a little bit shorter and in video form. So
they've been fucking fantastic too.
They've been awesome. They've been like the highlight of my week.
We definitely did, as we're recording this yesterday, record a video cast, and definitely spent a good chunk of time debating on whether or not it's okay for the moms of the Pixar verse to be as dump truck dumb thick as
fucking
they are.
Stacked. It's insane. It is insane.
So it sounds to me like we need Warren on our next work stories one.
Yeah,
and then you guys can talk about that subject even fucking longer,
dude.
Yeah.
Y'all have fun with
it's
that.
impressive,
me
man.
and Cole browsed the shopping website Wish. Me and Zach curated some Deviant artwork. Me and Chris tried to watch 5-minute craft videos, and it was a very good video, but they copyright struck us, so we need to think of something else to do right now. But yeah,
Unbelievable.
For real.
but yeah, so I'm doing that there. So please check it out, and if you feel so inclined, give it a subscribe. And that is that's it for me. You know what? It's my last episode. It's Zach's last episode.
Yeah, you guys fucking do it.
I don't listen. I don't want it to be too complicated this time. I think that all I want to say is that all of my experiences, all of my time on the show, and Zach's time too, I'm stealing his time.
Oh, okay.
Putting it and taking it, and I'm hoarding it, and I'm putting it in a little container, and I'm putting it up on the shelf, and I'm gonna look at it fondly, and it's just a box.
It's just a box.
And that's that on that. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for the memories.